guys, welcome back to my channel. First off, let me say I am sorry for not being here. My ring light broke, and so I went in like a mini panic mode because my room does not have the best lighting. And so with part of that being my ring light being part of how I record, then I was under the weather. I had my little siblings came into town from Arizona for about 5 days. And so, recording and having them, and then my ring light breaking, and then becoming under the weather was just kind of a lot for me all at once. And so I really was trying to be intentional about making a video every Tuesday. Unfortunately, I did miss last Tuesday, and I almost missed this Tuesday too. But I was able to muster up enough strength and just get an idea, like, just use natural lighting. Do what you can, girl. Do what you can. So here I am. I know last video I was talking about some of the suggestions that were in the comments. One of them was edge control, laying your edges. I have actually been steering away from laying my edges for a few months now because when I wear my hair up a lot and I wear it tight, or I do different styles that cause tension on my edge area, it tends to cause my edges to kind of thin. I already have pretty thin edges. Now, when I first went natural, my edges actually were kind of strong, and my sideburns were pretty strong too. But over the course of time, after manipulating my hair, doing puffs like all the time, doing things like that, it really caused tension on my edges and started to make them thin out. Like, honestly, I have a widow's peak, but even like my widow's peak started to like thin out. So I'm sure you guys can see here, like, it's relatively thin. This side has always been thicker though than this side. This side just has a tendency of acting up, and so it just does what it wants, how it wants, when it wants. And so this side is not so much. So that's why I don't really lately wear like a lot of styles with necessarily laying my edges, or when I do wear styles that my edges are out, I tend to just leave them how they are, just because I know that the tension is not the best. What I've been incorporating to kind of help revitalize my edges is kind of massaging. I'm trying to do a lot more massaging. When I style my hair, I try to make sure that I put product there as well and don't neglect it, as well as my nape area. When I deep condition, I try and make sure that the plastic cap goes around my edges rather than back here when I'm deep conditioning, to make sure that they kind of get that saturation as well of conditioner. But enough of me rambling on about my edges. One of my subscribers mentioned that they would like to know a little bit more about edge control. And so for me, my go-to edge control is cheap. It's available almost anywhere. I generally get it from Walmart. Y'all know from a couple videos ago, I mentioned Walmart for a lot of my hair products, which where I get them. But again, you can get most of them at your local beauty supply store, Amazon, Target, Walmart. It really depends on you. I like to price match, and I find that a lot of times at Walmart it's cheaper. And if you're really budget conscious, or you just don't want to spend a ton of money on products, or you want to save a couple bucks, just because why not save a few bucks if you can, Walmart's so where I usually go. So the first one is Murray's Edge Wax. Y'all know that our dads and people be using Murray's, like the orange can. My dad uses that for his hair, puts it on his hair. But this one I think is really good. It's almost out, literally. I need to get another one, but because I use this for edges, and I also use it sometimes to slick down my hair if I don't want to jump in with like a water-based product, because that tends to cause frizz and it causes my hair to revert back. So sometimes I like to use somewhat like an oil-based product. The first ingredient in here is alcohol. Again, this one has glycerin, beeswax. So again, I guess I use products with glycerin. The last product I mentioned as far as a leave-in conditioner had glycerin in it too. But so this is the consistency of that Murray's Edge Wax. It's kind of obviously waxy and kind of tacky. So I'm gonna put it on my hand so you guys can see how it kind of glides. Usually it dries clear. What I find though with this product is that when I mix it with certain other products, it causes flaking. So you want to make sure that you don't mix it with a product that causes flaking. There is a product combination test. If you put two products on your hand and you mix it together, They say if it clumps or if it turns really white, then it'll probably cause flaking, and the two won't mix very well together. So yeah, so that's what I normally use. When I use this though, it's a light hold, right? So I put it on my edges. If I usually use this if like I'm not trying to be all day outside doing things, or if I'm not going to be sweating, if I'm not going to be doing things that cause my edges to revert back, then I'm okay with just using this without putting on a scarf or anything. I just put it on there, do what I do, go out the door. Now, if I want it to last a little bit longer, again, I'm not anticipating like strenuous stuff, sweating, going outside, going to the gym, whatever, then I'll use this, and then I'll take a scarf, something like this, and I'll just fold it, and I'll just put it on my edges after I'm done. I'll just tie this up, and as I'm getting dressed, brushing my teeth, what have you, I'll wear this, and then even sometimes I'll wear it in the car to get to where I'm going, and then whenever I get where I'm going, I'll take this off, and ta-da! My edges will last me quite a bit of time, again, unless I start sweating, or if it's been like a super long day, then you'll start seeing them revert back. Now, another edge control I like to use, and sometimes in combination with this, depending on what I'm doing, I'll use this Eco Styler. Now, this, again, like I said, is water-based, and sometimes when I put water-based products in my hair reverts back to either frizzy or curly. So if like I have a stretch style and I want to put my hair up and I don't want it necessarily to revert, then you might want to use something that's a little bit more wax-based. Rather than water-based. But if you don't care, if like it's some days closer to wash day, or you're going for the wet look, then you can use this. You can mix it, put some water. I like to put, like if I'm doing this style I didn't put anything in my hair because this is an old twist out. But what I did do was I just took a headband and I just put it on my hair, and I pulled it. You guys know how to do the puff. If you don't know how to do a puff and you want to learn how to do a puff, please feel free to leave it in the comments and I can show you. But you pull it, and then you just bring it over, and ta-da, you're done. So I didn't put any product in my hair when I did this puff. However, I did put a combination of these two as my edge control this morning. So I went in with this, and I guess I can show you guys kind of what I do, even though my edges are already laid, but I'm probably gonna wash my hair today anyway. So what I do is first I go in and I take the edge control, and I just kind of bring my edges kind of down like this first, because what I'm trying to do is pick the edges I want out, and I kind of just rub that in to make sure it really like dissolves into my hair. So what I like to do is I like to shape my edges how I want them to lay first with the edge control. And then, okay, so, oh yeah, I like that. That's nice, cool, blah. Right, so now they're set in place, but for the extra hold, I'm gonna go in with some Eco Styler. Not too much, right? Just enough. I mean, you can decide how much you want to use. And then I'll just go in over my edges with the Eco Styler. And then I'll just make sure I smooth it into my hair so it's kind of like that seamless blend. Because what happens sometimes is you'll do your edges and then the rest of your hair will be puffy, which is fine, but I think at least for this portion here, you want it to kind of blend in. You don't want like super sleek edges, and then, I mean, I'm not gonna say you don't want, I don't necessarily want it to where like it's kind of really frizzy and then it's just sleek on these few hairs. So yeah, that's just me. So this is actually an edge brush. You can find it at your local beauty supply store. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon and other places like that. So yeah, so this side again is for like combing it in place and kind of shaping it, right? And then this side you can use it to like smooth it, right? So you see that? You see how like I did this to kind of put it in the direction I want it to go, and then I smooth the rest out with the brush, and then I kind of just smooth this side out too. And then like if you have a really tight style like braids or something and you're wanting to lay your edges, you can use the tail to tuck the rest of the hair into either the braid, the twist, or the ponytail or something like that. So yeah, so I do that. That's what I want. I put my scarf on. And an important thing about the scarf too, if you really want your edges to lay how you place them, make sure that when you put your scarf on, you're making sure it's flat. Like, don't put it on like this, right? Because then you're causing your edges that are malleable because they're wet to form in the wrinkled shape. So you want to make sure that your scarf is as flat as you can get it, and then you want to lay it on your edges as flat as you can, and you want to tie that up. However tight you can take it, or however tight you want to do it, you want to tie that up. You want to do what you're doing, and then you want to take it off, and wow, you got edges that'll last you quite some time. Now, if you sweat a lot, if your hair reverts really easily, you might want to try something a little bit stronger. Like there's Gorilla Snot, there's, what is it? Got to Be Glue. Now for me, sorry, the light's changing outside. I think the sun is setting. But yeah, for me, I don't necessarily like to use those as much because I feel like it causes flaking. And I feel like it's a little bit more abrasive on my edges. Abrasive meaning that it really lingers. And so then I have to make sure that at night or whatever that I'm really getting the product off before reapplying product the next day or a few days after, because that causes buildup, clogs my pores, and my edges suffer even more than what, you know, kind of they already do on their own. That's for me. And also I'm low porosity, so my hair has a tendency of getting product buildup really easily. So yeah, so I just wanted to come to you guys with a little bit of tips about edges and kind of how I personally do them. Those are two products that I use from time to time. There's other products out there too, like Edge Style, Edge Booster, Edge Style Factor. I am butchering this name. I think it's Edge Bio, Edge Style Factor Booster Gel, something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? They have that available on Amazon. They have that available at your local beauty supply store. You can try that. Now for me, it's a little bit pricey. Okay. I've tried it. It's cool. Again, like depending on what day my hair is at and what products I already have, sometimes it causes like the white cast and the flaking. So I kind of stay away from that unless I'm doing like a really tight protective style and I really need something stronger than the Murray's, but not as watery as the Eco Styler. So that's an option. And then the 24-hour Edge Tamer, it comes in like a brown and black container. There's other ones too, but that one works pretty good too. It's a little bit of a thicker consistency than the Murray's Edge Wax. It's similar to the Edge Factor Booster style thing that I just mentioned. So those two are very similar. They're thicker than the Murray's, thicker than the Edge, than the Eco Styler, but not as, I guess, tacky or as residual as the Got To Be and the Gorilla Snot. So those are some options when it comes to edge controls that I found that kind of work for me and work for my hair type and work for what look and what lasting effect I'm trying to achieve. So yeah, so that's it. You guys, thank you so much for bearing with me last week. Hopefully I get a new ring light coming here soon, and hopefully also in the midst I can like work on editing. I'm learning, I'm growing. No perfection here, but it's definitely something that I feel that God has told me to step out and try and do, because I've had a lot of people ask me before, okay, you know, what do you do with your hair? How do you help your hair grow? How do you maintain it? It's a lot of work for me. Natural hair is not for me. At the end of the day, I think like anything, like the stock market or like religion or anything, once you come to an understanding of how it works and what works best for you, then it's more manageable, it's more enjoyable, it's something that can be part of your lifestyle. So I think, yeah, I just wanted to come out here and kind of share with you guys and explain to you a little bit about what I do with different techniques in my hair, and kind of hope that helps other people in their journey as well. Because we all here, one human race, to help one another. We all have different things we can help and add and take away. So yeah, and the sun is setting. So I'm going to go ahead and hop up off this video because as you can, oh yes, it's getting serious. All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Again, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your support. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video if you think it'll be helpful for someone, or if you just want to support your girl. Okay? Look forward to seeing you guys next week. I'm gonna be working on some content. Ooh, I made a side note, squirrel. I made a like a protein deep conditioner type thing. What I use is 2 avocados, an egg, honey, and a banana. And I'm gonna wash my hair and I'm gonna try that out. And if it's a go, if it works good, whatever, I'm definitely going to highly recommend it to you guys. Tell you exactly the products, the things I used in it. And then, yeah, let you guys know the pros. It's kind of like, I feel like my hair kind of needs a little bit of protein. I know there's people out there who do not like putting food in their hair, who are against that. Look, I put food in my body, healthy food in my body, water in my body. I feel like it's okay to do the same for my hair. It's nutrients, it's nourishing, it's natural. And so I'm going to definitely give it a try. Yeah, my avocados were going bad, so I'm like, these aren't gonna go to waste because avocados are expensive. Okay, so yeah, anyways, let me stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to follow me on my Instagram, Divine by Destiny. Snapchat, Destiny. I'll put it in the description box below. All right, y'all, love you. Peace, love, and chicken grease.